What's going on, Winners Win Podcast? It's your boy Loso 2.0, the copycat himself. And today, we are talking about not sacrificing your mental health for anybody. I am back, y'all. I apologize. I've been out the last 5 days, yo. I got hit with something crazy. I know everybody else is getting hit with the same thing. I don't know what it was. I mean, it made me fatigued. You could probably still hear it in my voice. A little congestion, body aches, body soreness, my rash breaking out. I don't know what was going on. It was something just wild. But all I kept thinking about the whole time through this whole sickness, stop being lazy. That's all I kept thinking about. I'm just feeling bad because I feel like I'm being lazy. I feel like I'm being a bum. I feel like I'm not actually doing what I should be doing each and every single day. I did not like that. That's something what happens when you're a winner. When you're a winner, you constantly worry about winning. When you're not winning or not doing anything, you feel like you're losing. And that's one thing that you're not going to stand for is losing at all. So that was what I was doing, was just thinking about how can I win? How can I get myself off of this couch, off of this bed, and get myself out there to start winning? And today, even though I was feeling a slight bit better, I won more than I've won in a while. It feels like a great day today. Woke up, had an amazing, and by the way, too, I have an amazing wife. Oh my gosh, so perfect. Literally took care of me the entire time while I was ill. I mean, bringing food in here to me, giving me water, hydrating, medicine, making smoothies, although that carrot and apple one was a little suspect. Doing things like that to help take care of me in order for me to get myself back up into the groove. I missed a haircut appointment, hair looking crazy. Don't worry though, I'm gonna be fixing that soon. My brother is helping me out with that as well. I'm trying to get back into civilization today, and this is my way of starting off as well, as I feel like I need to talk to you guys, right? Then I got up, went for a nice little jog around the neighborhood. After I did my little jog around the neighborhood, got a nice little stretch in, push-ups, core, and then I was able to get some reading done. I completed the book, Jab, Right Hook. And now I'm starting my new book on public speaking. So that should be pretty exciting to start implementing into my routine going forward. And that's something that I very much look forward to trying to implement. And I already have my next personal development book that I'm going to read once I finish up this other book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, which is very important. I feel like a lot of leaders need to read that, man, especially when I've had a leader before who was very negative and didn't know how to actually lead people with the proper way to success, to uplift their spirits, to uplift them to be better people, better workers or employees or whatever they do, right? Also, what else do I got to talk about? My book is still being worked on by my publisher. I finished this that 20K gig training with Eric Thomas, Jay Anderson, all that stuff. I got some pretty good insights on what I want to go to in my speaking. And Monday, all I can say is Monday, I'm looking forward to actually getting out there and reaching out to these different schools and getting an opportunity to get in front of a crowd so I can speak my piece. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be very, very fun. But back to what this episode is about, it is about not letting anybody, don't sacrifice your mental health for anybody, because that is so important. So important, right? I can tell you that sometimes I could say money isn't everything. Money does help though, but money is not everything. You do want to make more money, obviously, right? You need money in this world to be successful, but I wouldn't sacrifice your mental health or maybe what you're going through in order to achieve money. Same thing with relationships. Maybe you're getting something from this other person. Maybe it's sex, maybe it's money, whatever. Do not allow this to sacrifice your mental health and get into physical abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. These things are real. Sometimes you don't even notice that you are a victim because these people are so much masterminds. They're so big at being a mastermind at telling you how to do something. These guys are so masterminds at telling you how to do something that they can manipulate you into thinking that you're not being mentally, physically, or verbally abused. They do this little trick, right? On how to win people and influence, how to win friends and influence people. On how to win friends and influence people, Daniel Carnegie was talking about the idea of flattery, right? When you flatter somebody or you're trying to help somebody grow, you have to show genuine excitement for them growing. Like, don't just say stuff just to say it. Don't just say, oh, you're doing great. Can you get this done? No, you have to show them flattery in the right places in order to get, yo, I know you're great. I know you're hard work. I'm not going to lie to you. I think you're great at what you do. And since you're great at what you're doing, you should try to do this, that, and the third. You're doing a great job, though. Not just on some trying to do that in order to manipulate. Now, this works in two ways, right? The manipulative and the abusive person will do this after they've done their abuse. Because they want to make sure they abuse you more, but then they keep that just enough flattery in order to just keep you to think, oh, I want to work for that. I want to work for that. I want to keep this person around longer. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you, flatter you in order to keep you around just a little bit longer. That's what it's all about. And don't let them play that trick on you. Don't let them play that game on you. You have to figure out who's genuine, who's not. How do you figure that out? You have to start looking at some of the patterns. Like I said, one of the patterns is they're mostly physically abusive or verbally abusive or mentally abusive. And it's hard to try to pick it out from looking at it. So sometimes you got to look at it from the outside in. You have to have somebody else there in order to look at their relationship. Now, I know sometimes you don't want everybody in your relationship and in your business. But a good thing to do then in that case is, all right, so I don't want this person all of my business, all of my, whatever I got to say, but in a good time. But what I will say, though, is this then. If I don't want them all in that, then what I'll do is I'll get them to, my fault. You have to find somebody you trust. Maybe somebody you both trust, or maybe somebody who, maybe sometimes it is good to go to a therapist. Well, I think it is too, regardless if you're good or bad. It's good sometimes to do these things because now you got a stranger that doesn't have any opinion on which way you go. They're just there. Yep. They're like, yeah, okay, cool. They're not opinionated. They're not on your side. They're not on their side. To see, to outside looking in. Sometimes when I've realized, I didn't realize I've been in not an abusive relationship like that, but I mean like I wasn't hit or nothing like that, but I've been mentally, physically, not physically, mentally, emotionally abused in the workplace. I'm in a relationship before, obviously not my wife, and like stuff like that. So I know what it is now to see this stuff, but also too, sometimes different people pointing it out though. Like in the workplace, my wife probably noticed it as well. Or I had friends who've noticed it too. Like, oh, it's kind of drawing. Do not sacrifice that stuff. Yo, I'm telling you, your mental health is more than anything, man. Suicide is so crazy. Suicide rates are high, especially for us Black kings. There's so many suicides going on because we feel like we can't talk about these things. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. I'm encouraging you to talk about these types of things that's going on in the world. Now, listen, I got to start getting ready for my haircut appointment because I got to be cleaner than this, man. This just looks a mess. But what I want you guys to do is, if you're watching this on YouTube, I want you to like, subscribe, and share this channel. And if you're listening to this on any type of podcast, I want you to give a 5-star review. And just remember most of everything, you pray for success like this. 2.0 out.